If you're into Game Boy, there's a good chance you'll like my new Neo Geo Pocket Color series too. Every Thursday I'm reviewing a new Neo Geo game. Just join the PO Cubed Patreon or become a channel member here on YouTube. Let's experience an exciting battle. The box art claims that Maerchen Club is a rampaging, action-packed game similar to shogi or chess. In many ways, I suppose that's where most tile-based strategy games have their origins. You have 15 types of characters, each with their own abilities and movement patterns. You first need to purchase, or I guess hire, your team of 10 from the roster of pawns, wizards, a fisherman, a rabbit, robots, all sorts of different classes that all cost varying amounts of money. The only necessary one is your king that's in your team by default. You can set the handicap of either you or the opponent before the game starts by, say, giving yourself 9,999 gold and giving the other side 500 or something, or you can make it fairer. Similar to chess, the board is an 8x8 grid split into a white half and a black half. You must place your pieces anywhere within the white half of the board. There's no set starting formation to adhere to. Of course, you're going to need to learn which are the more offensive characters to place up front, and which ones are better utilized by holding them in more defensive positions to look after your king. Click on a piece to see where it's able to move to, and you'll immediately start to figure out how the individual movement patterns can correlate. As you might expect, there is a lot of strategy available here, but yes, the basic principles are analogous to chess or shogi. You can only move one piece per turn, with the objective being to take out opponents' pieces and getting their king into a position where he's unable to escape danger. Moving one of your pieces to a square occupied by an enemy piece will not simply replace that piece, however. You get taken to a fight screen where the combatants stand across a field from one another with 4 overturned cards to choose from at the bottom. You take it in turns to reveal a card, which will have certain commands on it. There'll be several ones that trigger your piece to perform one of its attacks, and these are all different depending on what your piece is. Some will reveal a multiplier for a double, half, or even 10 times damage, which is applied once you turn over a second card. You can even get more than one multiplier per turn. Some will result in a missed attack. The character that looks like an egg can pose a quick-fire trivia question, often something like a maths problem, that causes the enemy to take damage if they get it wrong or don't answer in time. All of these eventualities are represented by pictures rather than text, so it's easy to explore all the characters and their abilities with no real language barrier. Bear in mind before initiating combat that it will carry on until one of the characters falls. There's no retreating should your piece start to get close to death, unless you reveal a card with a hairpin-shaped arrow, which will end the battle. Pressing the start button before making a move brings up a menu that has several options on it. The top one will recommend a move for you, the second allows you to heal wounded characters at a cost, and the third allows you to spend whatever money you have left on recruiting another piece to repopulate your squad of 10. Note that these result in your turn being over. With great music and very thoughtful, cartoonish graphics and polished animation, the whole aesthetic is right out of Alice in Wonderland or something like that, and I mean that as a compliment. The game has a ton to learn, obviously, but it's all super intuitive, and the random nature of the battle moves feels like totally fair rolls of the dice, affecting as it does both you and the opponent in positive and negative ways. Absolutely tons of replayability value here, and a game that would be fantastic fun to play against a friend.